Oh, right. It is October 1st, 2018. Today, I'm L. Jermaine Russell, and today I'm going to go over a couple of trades that I had earlier in the day. Well, actually, that I held over the weekend going into today, which starts with IGC. Only had that. I actually had two stocks, IGC and ICBFF. Which let's start with ICBFF. I anticipated this actually going up to the $10 area like I thought it would. But something happened with TD Ameritrade. I was unable to see any of my accounts. It said that I had a zero balance and everything. So I was kind of scared of what happened. I thought someone hacked my account. But at the end of the day, it did exactly what I thought it was going to do. I sold for 0.2% loss because I didn't think it was going to be able to hold at 960, and it didn't. It actually kind of collapsed from 960. So if we go to the 1 minute chart, this was Friday and this is today. And like I said, I bought right around here at the 960 area before it closed, and today, this morning, pre-market action brought it up to $10. Clearly, as we saw, it didn't hold the $10 area. If we go back a couple of days, $10 is pretty much the resistance. So I knew it was going to at least get to 10, but I didn't know if it was going to hold. And being that I was having the issue with TD Ameritrade and seeing what was going on with my account, I didn't find out anything until later on in the day, where it was trading. I think it was getting close. Yeah, it was about right here, because I was inspecting a restaurant, and somewhere around here, this little 980 area, that's where I was seeing finally I was starting to see some activity. So I ended up selling it when it was coming down to 960. So I just went flat on that stock. But essentially, it actually started to bounce and then came back up to 974. So I don't think that this stock really has more potential to go higher, I should say. $10 is one, two, three times it was at $10 and it kind of failed. So I'm not 100% sure that it would hold. So for me, it's okay. I get out, I go on, right? I move on to the next stock, because there will be tons and tons of plays. I cut my loss very quickly, and like I said, I lost money pretty much on the transaction trade on itself. On Thinkorswim platform, it takes about $6 to open and close a trade. So that I lost $10, $12. I can deal with that because it was made up on the next couple of trades. So IGC or ICG, yeah, IGC. As we could tell, it is still moving. It closed at $9, but right now it's at 11. And most of the whole wheat sector, wheat industry is moving. They're all pretty much moving really, really, really well. ICBFF is probably the only one that really lagged because of that strong resistance at 10. But IGC, I bought it before the weekend close. I bought it at 680, I believe. Hold on, let me double check. I bought IGC at 645 and I sold it at $8.10. So if we can go back as it continues to move, this is just insane. Wow, just wowzers. So I bought it before. I think I bought it actually during the pre. Yeah, I bought it in the after hours. Actually, I apologize. So I bought it in the after hours at 6:45, and I knew that was still kind of high. Based off of where it bounced off. It bounced off this 540 area. So when I saw it bounce off this 540 area, I knew that it had some upside, but I wasn't sure if it was just going to come to the 100-day moving average, which at the time, the 100-day moving average was a little bit around $6. So I wasn't sure if it was actually going to go any further than that. And it did. It actually went higher. So when it went higher, it continued, and it continued throughout the whole after hours and into the pre-market. Pre-market, I woke up this morning seeing that it was at the $8.10 area. $8, I think it went up to $8.40. Yeah, $8.40 was a high. I sold at 8.10 just because if you look on the year chart, it shows that this is overextended. This is so overextended. I am afraid to even step into this chart right now. Like, I don't know what it's going to do and how it's going to do it. But right now, like, I see it moving during the after hours. I am so afraid. I'd rather just watch it, right? I will take the advice from my mentor, and when something is this overextended, just watch, see when it comes back down, if it ever comes back down, and see if there's an opportunity to capitalize on the bounce. So, when I look over in the year chart, I saw how high it was. I was like, 610 or 810 sounds like a great place to get out at. So let me just get out at 810. Little did I know, after it would like trade around the 738, 740 area for some time at the 2 p.m. time. It crossed over the VWAP again, going into the close. And as you can see, the 100-day moving average, as it crosses over the VWAP, this continued to go higher. I know a lot of people don't use the 100-day moving average, and some people are very confused on how I use it. So, like I said, I did write an article about it on LinkedIn. If you type in my name, L. Jermaine Russell, you can kind of see how I look at the VWAP versus the 100-day moving average. And there's an on-demand section on the Thinkorswim platform. So if you need practice using it, it kind of helps. It actually helps me identify when to get in, when to get out, when a chart actually looks like it's doing something well, and when a chart doesn't look like it's doing anything well. So, I got in and I got out. I took my, I think it was like $150 or $60, whatever shares, price, return. I took my return and I was happy with that. I didn't want to be too greedy. So those are the two plays that I had on the day. I am still holding Roku. I'm a true believer of Roku. I am a fan of Roku, and this is something that I think I will hold for some time, particularly as it goes higher and higher. I think that it already crossed my target price, so ideally I should sell. So that's what I really should look forward to, is selling. But I do want to see it retest this 77.50 area tomorrow. And if it does that, then I'm happy. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to look for a way that I could probably get out. But I really would like to hold this until it gets to the 80s. 75 was my target, but I'm thinking that, hey, maybe I should probably hold it just a little bit longer. If I do anything differently, I will more than likely mention it on social media, either Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube, like where I'm at now. So that is Roku. I'm not going to get into that because that's more of a long-term play, but I do want to get into two trades that I made prior to the closing of the bell. And this was around 3 p.m. I saw at 3 p.m. I saw LEVB, and I was debating between LEVB, NBEV, and Jone, J-O-N-E. There you are. I was debating between those three. And the reason why I find these three very significant is that, one, that on the year chart, when each candlestick represents one day, that's the year chart for me. And when this stock was closing over the 100-day moving average, I saw this as an opportunity to get in. I said that this is a stock that I would like to hold overnight. And as I hold it overnight, I'm anticipating it, testing 610, 620 at the most on Tuesday's trading day. And me buying in and being able to identify this type of pattern. This is why pattern identification is so helpful. and it is so keen to being able to understand whether a stock will go up or go down. So being able to identify that not only that this stock is closing over the 100-day moving average, because it traded over the 100-day moving average the whole day, and not only did it break one resistance at 5 and it broke another one at 540, 550, that it was getting ready to test another one at 620. And being that it did test the one at 620, it just shows the amount of room the stock had to go in order to run. So now in the after hours, it is moving extraordinarily fast. Granted, I have no idea what they do, nor do I care. I do not care what they do. What I do care about, or what I did care about, which always gets me weary, is the public offering. And that there was a public offering at the $350 share, and this was last week on Friday. So that was the one thing that did get me scared, but I decided to still get in based on the technicals that I saw and how it works for me. Now, this is not something that I would say, if it wasn't for the type of environment that we're in right now with the market, because I would imagine if I dig a little bit deeper, this probably is related to medical marijuana in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, see, global medical cannabis market. Okay, I would imagine that I need something more concrete than that. But yeah, Level Brands up 5%, says 5 organic hemp derived CBD products are now available online. So yeah, so this is associated with the weed market, or with the weed industry right now. So that is why this stock is moving the way that it is moving. So being that I saw that it has all of my indicators, is doing everything that I wanted to do, as far as holding support, breaking resistance. This was only a no-brainer for me. So this is why being able to identify charts is probably one of the single most best key on identifying why you should purchase a stock. If you don't know what the chart setup is, then it's going to be hard for you to buy and sell equities or commodities, just because you're not able to see the economic pattern behind the numbers or behind the activity. It's doing a lot of movement. You're not going to know what's going on unless you can see what the chart says. And the chart as a whole said buy me. And the last time it closed over the 100-day moving average, which was on this day, it closed around 380, and from 380 up until 610, that was a $3 move. So from here, where it was at 412 and it closed at 599, that's a $1.80 move. So I'm looking for another $1 up, maybe $2 up before I sell. And if it can test this 760 area, which it looks like it's trying to do right now, then yeah, I'm with it. I hope that it gets to 760. It blew right past my target price. So the next resistance up is the 768 area. So I'm anticipating this. I see it on the level 2. I'm anticipating it going to test 760, 770 in the pre-market, and during the pre-market, more than likely I would sell. Just take my percentage and be out. Right now, I should probably sell now, but I'm not trying to use a day trade. I'm actually trying to monitor how I actually buy and sell certain stocks, and using my day trades for my specific pattern, which is holding overnight, is how helpful that is for myself, who is trying to grow my account, grow my brokerage account, just grow the funding. So if I know with every trade, if I hold it overnight, one, I don't waste a day trade, and two, I get to save on a headache. I'm not even thinking about this. I'm not thinking about selling or anything like that. I'm just staying in it until pre-market comes. And then the last one before I leave is NBEV. And NEBV, it is doing the same thing as LEVB. where we have, the last time it was high, where you have this body of the candlestick, it was at 897. So that was resistance, and that's where it kind of closed. It closed near that at 895, and right now it is testing. It is getting to this 999 area, as we can see with the level 2. But before I even got to here, the reason why I end up buying this is because, once again, it not only did it close over the 100-day moving average, but before this closing happened, the MACD was not over on the RSI. My bad. The RSI was not overbought. The RSI was still kind of light in color, so it wasn't red at all. So that gave me the idea that, hey, this might be something I should probably buy into, because it's not overbought, and it's testing the resistance, the previous resistance. Last time it did that with IGC, we saw what IGC has done. So now with NBEV, it is not only breaking resistance in the after hours, but more than likely, sometime between after hours and tomorrow's pre-market, it's going to test this 990 area. And if we look at IGC, which is trading, their IGC and NBEV are trading, at least twice its volume, as share size. Like the float size is 49 million for NBEV. IGC is 33 million. That is twice its size. So this is something that you should take into consideration, because there's going to be a lot of people that are buying, and when they buy, they're going to put in some stop orders, and their stop orders are all going to fill at some point or another, and this is going to crash back down. Where it closed at, this $9 area, clearly it's not the all-time high, and this probably has some like reverse splits or something like that, but $71 is all-time high. I have not gone that far back, and as you could tell, with these red lines, I was doing a lot of support and resistance lines for them, just because I wanted to see where it was going to be, and I didn't think it was going to go that high. I really, last time I was in it, before it started going up, it was in the $1.70, $2 range, and I remember thinking, oh, it's only going to go like $2.50. And look, it said $12. It went up to $12 at one point, right? So, this shows you the movement that any industry can take on at any given time if all the stocks are moving in tandem with each other, synchronized with each other. Because right now, all these weed stocks are moving together, and they're moving pretty hard, pretty fast. So, always have a game plan when you're trying to get in, get out. You don't want to just throw money in as a gamble. You want to have reasons on why you're getting into a particular stock, and then with those reasons, you'll figure out, well, what am I not seeing? Is there something that I'm not seeing? Try to be a contrarian at that point and say, if I'm missing something, just ask yourself, like, can I please just have this open up so I can be able to see what I am missing? And that can kind of help guide you on what you need to see if you're not able to see what you're seeing. But like I said, I am still a newbie. I am learning. I have done enough talking about these stocks. I think that NBEV will continue to go a little bit higher. It's already, at a 5-day high right now. If it doesn't test 999 before the end of the day, then it's definitely going to do that during the pre-market. And I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up going a little bit higher, just because of how the industry is moving. Now, continue studying charts, continue looking at the things that are going to help you in this market. There are all types of people who are helping other people. I am all for helping people, but I am not a guru. I am learning, and I am only teaching. I am only showing you what I have learned that has been taught to me by Tim Sykes. And I hope that the things that I'm sharing with you is not only teaching you things to help you in your trading, but you're giving me an opportunity to explain the rationale on why I have entered certain stocks. So for that, I say thank you, and I will be leaving because now it is time for me to go. So enjoy. Hopefully that you will continue to make some money on the market. And remember, this is not just about making money. It is about identifying patterns. And when you're able to identify a pattern, that you're able to not only identify it, but find the ease of entry, ease of exit, and capitalize on your gains. So until the next video I make, which will probably be later on in the week, you can catch me on Twitter at Health for Soul. That's HEALTH number 4, the Soul, SOUL. Or you can catch me on Instagram. That's Body by Mano. I'll just put it in the description in this video. Yeah, you'll be fine. Trade well. Remember, check out Trader Checklist. Check out anything that Tim Sykes is talking about when it comes to this market in particular, because last year he did videos about the weed sector as well. So just keep it going, study well, and trade, steady trade. Yes, trade steadily. Thank you, Tim Bowen. Thank you, Tim Bowen. I can't forget you either.